Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Chapter 21 Inequalities and Regions. Exercise 21C. Inequalities involving two variables. So this is our main objective, like how can we graph an inequality that has two variables x and y. For this one, actually we are supposed to draw a line on the graph paper by finding ordered pairs, and then we will plot a line, and after that we will shade to show the inequality. So these are the main objectives. Directly I will go to a question from the exercise and I will explain all the steps that you have to follow to graph any. Okay, what are the any line I mean. Okay, what are the steps that we have to follow to draw any line on the graph paper? You did them in grade 7. So remember, whenever any question will be given to you, I'll go to question number 14. Okay, whenever any question will be given to you, first of all you will see, is y on its own, mean is the y on the left side, is it alone, and all the rest of the numbers and variables are on the other side of the inequality. This is the first step, like rearrange so y is on its own on the left side. So in the question 14 already y is on its own. The second step is put equality sign in place of the inequality, means change it into this one, y is equal to 2 minus 2x. Why? Because we have to draw this line here on the graph. Clear? So you will change the inequality sign into equality sign. Okay, next step is step 3. Make a table taking different values of x to find the corresponding values of y. Now here you can see I have drawn a table. It says x values here, y values here, and it's your choice if you want to make the third column to write the ordered pair. Okay, how will you choose the x values? X values, it's all your choice. You can choose any values, but try to choose not very large values so you cannot plot them on the graph. So usually we try to choose very small numbers for x. So let's say if I select 0, 1 and 2 to replace here. Now how will you replace it? You will take this equation, y is equal to 2 minus 2, and in place of x you will put 0. Now 2 times 0 is 0 and 2 minus 0 will be 2. This shows that if x becomes 0, the value of y is becoming 2 and the ordered pair will be 0, 2. Clear? Now let's do the next one. Here y is equal to 2 minus 2 times what? Now the value of x is going to be replaced by 1. So 2 times 1 is 2. Now 2 minus 2 will be 0. So here you can put 0 and the ordered pair will become 1, 0. Now let's do the third one. Here y equals 2 minus 2 times 2. Now what is 2 times 2? It's 4. And 2 minus 4 will be how much? It will be negative 2. So here you will get negative 2 and the pair will become 2, negative 2. So we are done with step 3. Step 4 says plot the 3 points on the graph joined to draw a solid line or a dotted line depending on the question, right? Or the dotted line. Okay, now how will you draw plot these points? 0, 2. That means the x coordinate is 0 and the y coordinate is 2. So here the x coordinate is 0. Go upward to find the y coordinate. It's here. So this one is 0, 2. The next one is 1, 0. So it means you will go, the x coordinate is 1. So you will find it on the x-axis line. It's here, and the y coordinate is 0. So it will remain here, right? The third one is 2, negative 2. So 2 on the x and negative 2 is here. Now because this symbol, then you have to draw a plot. You have to join these dots either with a dotted line or with a solid line. Now because the inequality symbol is less than, that means that you have to draw a dotted line over here like this, right? Now where will you shade? Okay, let me show you now a very neat picture for this one. Okay, here is the question number 14. So clearly you can see I put A, B, C just to show that these are the 3 points. Okay, and this is the dotted line. Now where do we have to shade? We need all the less values of y. Less values of y. So where are the less values of y? All this white part is showing the less values of y. And here if you go from this one this way, it's all this side is having greater values of y. Remember it, you can see it from here where you have the y-intercept, where the line is you can say intersecting the y-axis line. Okay, from this point, if you have less than, then you will keep the lower part of this line blank and you will shade the upper part of this line, right? And you will get the answer. Now you can check your answer. How you can check your answer? Take any point in the unshaded area. For example, let's take this one. What are the coordinates here? It's -1 and 1. You can put this ordered pair here in this inequality to check your answer. If your inequality will still remain true, that means your answer is correct. So -1 and 1. This shows that this is the y coordinate and this is the x coordinate. So y will be replaced by -1 is less than 2 minus 2 times, what is the value of x? It's -1. So -1 is less than, now -2 times -1 will be how much? It will be +2. And next I will write it over here. So -1 is less than 2 plus 2 is 4. So it's correct, right? -1 is always less than 4. So this shows that the way we have shaded the region, all the points you can check by any other point. You can check with this one, you can check with 0 0. By the way, you know, most of the students, they like to check it with the 0 0 because 0 0 is very easy to substitute here. Like y is less than 2 minus 2x, so replace y by 0 and also x by 0. So 2 times 0 will be 0 and 0 is less than 2 minus 0 is 2. So it's also true, right? So you can choose any point in the unshaded area, in the unshaded region, replace it here in the inequality. If your inequality still remains correct, that means you have shaded correctly. Let's solve question number 22 now. Now better pause the video here. By looking at these steps, solve this question on your own and then play the video to check your answer. So here is the answer for question number 22. Because it was y is greater than or equal to 1 minus x, so this shows that we have to draw a solid line here and it's going to be a slanting line, and these are the ordered pairs that I selected. These are the values of x. Okay, then if you want to check, you can take any value from this unshaded region, place it over here in the inequality. Let's take this one. So it's 1 1. Let's put it over here. So y is 1 greater than or equal to 1 minus, what is the value of x? It's 1. So 1 is greater than or equal to 1 minus 1 is 0. So obviously 1 is greater than 0. So our answer is correct. You can take any point on the line, by the way, if it's a solid line, not in case of dotted line, only in case of solid line. You can take any point on the line and you can also check that point. But usually students, they like to try the points that are in the unshaded region. Okay, let's solve some more questions from the exercise. So here we have question number 1. Now what is the problem here? The y is not on its own, right? So we have to move this x to the other side. So when it will be moved to the other side, it will change into -x. So it will become y is less than or equal to 3 minus x. And now here you can take any values of x, let's say 0, 1 and 2, replace them over here in the inequality. First change it into an equation. Y is equal to 3 minus x, and now put the values one by one and complete the question on your own. Then play the video to check your answer. So here is the answer, because it says y is less than or equal to 3 minus x. So from this point you will decide that do you need the smaller values of y. If you need the smaller values of y, that means below this point you will keep everything blank, you will not shade it, and above this point you have to shade everything, right? This shows that this point separates the smaller values from the greater values. From this point you have to shade above. So obviously if you are shading here above, that means the whole this region will be shaded, right? So this part will be shaded and this part. And if you want to check your answer here, because 0 0 is lying in the unshaded region, so you can put 0 0 here and you can check your answer. right? Let's solve one more question from the exercise. Here is the question. By the way, a little bit complicated. I need to move this 3x to the other side to make the y on its own, so it will change into negative 3x, right? So it will become 4y is greater than or equal to 12 minus 3x. Now to make this y alone, you will again divide both sides by 4. Divide this side by 4 and divide this side by 4. So 4 will cancel 4 and you will get y is greater than equal to 12 minus 3x over 4. This will be the, and now what will be the equation? Y is equal to 12 minus 3x over 4. You can choose any values of x, then find the corresponding values of y, and then get the ordered pairs, plot them over here, shade the area, right? I will just explain you one. Let's say if you will take 0, x0. So how will you do it? In place of x, what will you put over here? You will put 0 over here. So 3 times 0 will be 0. Remember, first you will get the answer of the numerator. 12 minus 0 is 12 over 4. So the final answer will be 3, because 12 divided by 4 will be 3. So the ordered pair will become 0, 3. Now choose any other two values of x and complete the question on your own. Then play the video to check your answer. So here is the answer for this question. By the way, you can notice that after 0 I chose 2 and then 4, because when I was putting the values, let's say 1 over here, it was becoming 12 minus 3, 9 over 4, and it was becoming like something 9 over 4 will be, when you divide 9 by 4, it will be 2.1. Let's check. So it's becoming 2.25. That is a little bit hard to find it here on the graph. So better try to choose not the values that are giving you a lot of decimals. If you replace it x by 2, it will give you 1.5, and 1.5 is easy to find here, right? So I will just explain you this part. 2 and 1.5, this is the x coordinate, this is the y coordinate. So on the x-axis you will go to 2 and then you will go 1.5. So this point will be the second point. And if you want to check your answer, you can take any point in the unshaded region, you can place it here in the inequality and you can check. If the inequality will still remain correct, that means your answer is correct. Here is a challenge question for you. Better pause the video here, solve all of it on your own, and then play the video to check your answer. Here is the answer for the challenge question. That's all for this video. Hope you understand the exercise.